Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
It's always good to have you folks along. Thanks for listening to our show this morning. I wanted to, before I forget, Brent, suggest something to you from Mom. Now, this would be your other mom. It would be Marion.
Oh, good. All right.
She recommended, I talked to her last night. She wanted to know how you were doing, and I said, I thought you were getting better with your flu you had and so forth, but you were still coughing. And she said, you need to go back to an old remedy.
Good.
I was telling her, maybe a little bit of a bourbon with some honey or something like that. My dad used to do that once in a while, but she said she doesn't expect that you'll probably do that.
Okay.
But she has an older remedy that a lot of people out there that have remember growing up out there in the farm land out there and around the area back in the day. Take Vicks.
Okay. Yeah.
Rub it, just put a heavy layer of Vicks all around your neck.
Oh, okay.
And then wrap it in like a cloth.
Oh.
And sleep all night with that Vicks wrapped in that cloth on your neck.
Right. Okay. I've been doing Vicks, but I've not wrapped it.
Yeah, she said that's what they did. Her mom would do that when they had something like this. She would apply heavy doses of Vicks and then wrap it with a big sock or something around the neck.
Right.
You got an old sock you might be able to use?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
or,
no problem.
Maybe some other dish rag of some kind.
Yeah, an old towel or something.
Yeah. Give that a try. Now, back in those days, they didn't have heat in their bedrooms, so it was also another way to stay warm.
Sure. Yeah. It's kind of funny you bring that up. It seems like I've had others
with ideas,
coming to me. I hadn't heard this one, but you know what? I was feeling so awful last week that I was trying anything and everything. Mm-hmm. And I was told to put onions in my sock.
Oh, my God.
On the bottom of my foot. And I don't know if that did anything or not, but I only did it for one night.
You tried it?
I did try it. I'm telling you what, dude. Wednesday, I was feeling so awful that I was going to try anything. And then I got smart and went to the doctor and found the miracle drug Tamiflu.
Yeah, that might be better than onions in your socks. Okay. Well, there were a lot during COVID. There were a lot of potions that didn't work out. Some of them died from those, so be careful.
Okay.
Recommendation that you're getting.
Don't get me to laugh.
Okay.
I'll start coughing.
Oh, don't cough. Yeah. Don't.
Oh, boy.
All right. Well, that's okay to laugh. This is Global Synchronized Belly Laugh Day. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, it's okay. It's a national, international thing, actually. So.
Wow. Yeah, that was a belly laugh.
That's a belly laugh, celebrating the kind, deep, hearty laughter that might require a change of pants.
Oh. Wow.
You might laugh so hard you might wet your pants.
Don't do that.
Well, you could.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. says, no one will think you're crazy today if you throw your arms up in the air and just laugh like that. Go ahead. Sometimes that's about the best medicine you can have is a good old belly laugh.
I would agree with that.
Yes. By the way, it's National Compliment Day today.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Check 1, 2. There we go. Want to make sure. The phone is ringing. It always makes me nervous that something's wrong.
Oh. Might be another remedy for me.
It might be. It might be. I could check it out, but you never know what you're going to get.
That's your call. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, are you going to go live to the phone?
We'll try. Might be.
Okay. All right.
All right. This is the Breakfast Show. You're on the air. Who are we talking to?
This is Asher. Say, remember you just said the old Vicks around your neck?
Yes.
Yeah.
1 year, I had tonsillitis real bad. I mean, I had it so bad I couldn't even breathe.
Mm-hmm.
We had an old doctor in Litchfield called Redbird, and he put Vicks around my neck and got a towel real hot.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And wrapped my neck in it and told me to go home and go to bed.
Did it help?
It helped.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So you might want to tell him to heat, before he wraps that around his neck, to heat it up.
Heat up the towel. All right.
Heat it up a little bit. You ever put onions in your socks?
No, I never heard of that.
Never heard of that one? Yeah.
I think maybe somebody pulled a fast one on Brent on that one, but
I actually looked it up. I Googled it. Yeah. It says if you're battling a cold or the flu, put onion peels in your socks, and then sleep with them. That's what it says.
Well, I don't know who's going to sleep with you.
yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, that's right, Asher. Hey, thanks for the call.
Okay.
Yeah, take
Have a
care.
good one, guys.
Yeah, bye. Okay, that was Asher, and he verifies the Vicks with the.
I was going to say, I'm trying that tonight.
Try it. Heat it up.
Tell Mom thank you.
Oh, yeah, and Asher as well. So it's globalized, synchronized belly laugh day. So go ahead and have yourself a big laugh. National Compliment Day.
You look very nice today.
I was going to say the same to you. Some scientific studies suggest giving socially appropriate compliments can boost performance at work, make people less awkward, and just increase general happiness. Just remember to be classy and, don't go over the top with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it also says it helps if your compliments aren't fake. It's got to be real compliments.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, your hair looks really special today.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay. School lunch menus. By the way, good morning to Jana Banana this morning. I'd like to say hello.
Oh, Jana Banana.
Yep. She might
She's
be
like
on her way
my
to work.
sister.
She is like your sister.
Love Jana. Jana, Rocky, and the family. Good morning to all.
Yes. Okay. Anselmo schools today.
She is so lucky to be married to a guy named The Rock. Rocky.
Yeah, when she was working here and dating Rock back then, her eyes would kind of light up when she said, yeah, I'm dating The Rock.
Yeah.
Anselmo Myrna Public Schools today, super nachos, barbecued rib sandwiches, uncrustable cheese and cracker platter.
Gothenburg today showing super nachos, barbecue rib sandwich, fresh baked turkey and cheese sub, and made fresh Hawaiian pizza. Some of the choices at Gothenburg today.
Are those shoes you wear those shoes a lot?
Yes.
Oh, they look so nice on you today.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that.
Litchfield, ham sandwiches, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Thetford today, smothered burritos, Spanish rice, refried beans, veggie fruit bar, and milk.
Sargent, pig in a blanket, taters, fruit cup, and milk.
Broken Bow Middle and High School, super nachos, barbecue rib sandwich, fresh baked combo sub, grilled chicken deli wrap, and My Wings Station with breadstick at Broken Bow.
Is it possible that whoever suggested that onions in your sock things, that deal, was worried that you might have stinky feet?
Possibly. I don't know.
Probably not. No, you would not. I know you, Brent, well enough. No, you would not have stinky feet.
No.
Ansley today, Runza casserole.
Loop City today, enchilada or loaded baked potato?
Callaway, potato soup.
Arnold today, corn dogs at Arnold.
Simple, but yet effective. The Prairie Pioneer Center today, turkey gravy over biscuits, green beans, fruit, and bread. You may call them at 872-6121, 872-6121. You actually put onions in your socks.
Hey, man, I'm telling you what, I was trying anything last Wednesday. I mean, when you can't even, I seriously could not even get out of bed. I felt that bad. That was been a long time. That was one of the sicker moments of my life.
Well, I'm glad you're getting better, although I did pass along to you from Jana Banana yesterday. She thinks you're a wimp.
Well, I'm not. I will say this, when I was sick last week, and my lovely wife is nursing me back to health.
Poor girl.
Poor girl. All I could think about is the numerous times on this show that you and I will talk about when guys get sick, we turn into wimps. And it's true, man. I can't defend it. I was at the top of the list last week.
I think what you need to do is have a baby.
Wow.
Then your whole world, your perspective would be different. I think all men's perspective would be a little different.
Yeah.
But yes, men have a tendency to just be a little needy. There you go. Needy is good.
I guess she didn't even call you. Janet didn't call you a wimp. She called you a whiner. I want to correct that.
Now I'm kind of hurt by that. A whiner?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Jana.
Yeah, that's what she said.
You know, I would love to hear the reaction of my daughters and my wife too to that comment.
Yeah.
He's a whiner. I have a bad feeling that they're all shaking their head yes at the moment.
Or let's take this, put this together. You could be a wimpy whiner.
Yeah, you could cover both of them.
Or a whining wimp.
No,
I gotta
just
I would say that the whiny wimp I would go with. Wimpy whiner, I gotta be honest, I can whine pretty good. There's probably nothing wimpy about my whining.
Well, you are a man. Okay. Trish, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. Oh, we're doing well. We're doing well. Been
and
good.
your hair, and I like your outfit.
Well, thanks so much. I really like yours, too.
You got the memo that it's compliment day, didn't you, Trish? Way to go.
Are those new glasses?
Yeah, I've had them for a little while.
Oh,
they look wonderful.
Yeah, they make you look like, you're 20 years younger.
Yeah. When I was picking them out, I told the lady, I said, all I could think about was the woman, and I don't know her name, that you see on TV every once in a while with the great big glass.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't look like that.
I just don't want to be in that
category.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, you mind if we play the game real quick?
Nope.
Give away a prize?
Good.
And later on today, we're going to be giving away a $25 gift card to the Forget-Me-Not shop in Sargent for our Love Local promotion.
Cool.
Were you a Dukes of Hazzard fan?
Not really.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Daisy just threw me over the top.
Well, I just want you to know, if you ever want to get caught up, I have the entire series on DVD.
Oh, good.
That's what our questions are about.
I just worry about this guy, and then he actually believes in the All-Star Wrestling. The guy's got problems.
I didn't say I believed in it. I do watch it, though.
But why?
It's my guilty pleasure. All right, Dukes of Hazzard premiered 45 years ago. So here's your question about Hazzard County today. Who are the three Duke cousins in the show? Rose, Mo, and Vance, Bo, Luke, and Daisy, Coy, Tammy, and Jesse, or Hannah, Mike, and Jefferson? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
It's the best start to my day.
Are your aches and pains preventing you from doing the things you love? Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. We offer complete one-on-one physical therapy for you. Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. Team Physical Therapy is known as the best hands in town and will help you achieve your goals to keep you moving. Call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, Palmer Monument Company is giving you one more good reason: their annual winter sale. Come and see them today with the coupon from the newspaper and receive additional savings off their already reduced prices.
Hi, this is Chris Smith with the Palmer Monument Company. It's our goal to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs. And with our sale, we'll save you money too.
During the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company in Lexington and Broken Bow.
And we have Gayleen on the line. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, here's your question from Brent Apperson.
Okay, Gayleen, who are the, excuse me,
Maybe
three,
not.
yeah, who are the three Duke cousins in the Dukes of Hazzard? Rose, Mo, and Vance, Bo, Luke, and Daisy, Coy, Tammy, and Jesse, or Hannah, Mike, and Jefferson?
Bo, Luke, and Daisy.
You got it. Of course, that's it. And because you've answered correctly, we have a certificate that'll get you a free pig and a blanket that they serve on Wednesdays at Runza in Broken Bow. So come on out and see us when you can.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a
Gayleen.
good day.
Yep, you too.
All right. We did receive a note here from Jerry who says pineapple juice works better than cough syrup. Sip
Really?
on that.
Haven't ever
I
heard
will
of it.
try that, too. I like that. Pineapple juice.
Yeah.
So think about this, Trish.
Has a lot of enzymes in it.
Does it?
Might be what works.
So we could see Brent tonight at home because he doesn't have any games tonight. He could be wearing socks with onions in them. And then you have a cloth wrapped around his neck.
Right, with
Vicks.
Vicks.
Yeah, you got to put
And
Vicks in
sipping on pineapple juice.
There you go. Sounds like a plan. I think I'd stay away from you with the onions. But,
Yeah, yeah.
Watching the Dukes of Hazzard.
oh my goodness, it's the perfect not trifecta, but it's the quad.
It's a perfect night.
You could have the split screen and have wrestling on the other side.
Good.
Oh, boy. All right. Okay.
What?
How you been to start with?
Good.
Good.
I've been good.
Survived the cold weather?
Oh my goodness, that was just crazy. My garage door didn't want to work properly.
Yeah.
Or
That's,
Kent Taylor came over and he looked at me like, I don't know what to tell you.
just wait for it to warm up.
But evidently it was the cold and there was a lot of friction between the door and the wall of the garage. So it's amazing what white lithium grease will do.
Yes. It also is amazing what that cold of temperatures will do because
Yes.
our back door to our house no longer shuts, and it won't until
That's what he was saying, that the
Yeah.
concrete actually was raising, and that caused part of the problem. And I'm like, you would think just the opposite.
You'd
Cold
think so.
would retract and heat would expand, but evidently it's not the way physics work.
I guess that's kind of like ice, I think.
Yes,
It actually
I guess.
expands.
Yeah.
So with that thought in mind, now we didn't really introduce you properly. Designs of Distinction.
yes, that's
Tricia
me.
is our guest here. And I think people know your voice by now and know what we're going to talk about.
I get more people. I was in Runza the other day, and a lady walked up. I know you. I'm like, okay. But it's true. I don't realize how different my voice is.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that catches people's attention when they hear me talk. They're like, I know you.
Well, you do have a unique voice, honestly.
I hated it as a kid. It was like my mother bought me a recorder.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing in the world because I stopped talking.
It's kind of a shocker.
No.
And back in the day,
It is.
You didn't, there weren't computers and all those sorts of things or phones that you record on and all
Right,
that. So when you heard your voice for the first time on tape or whatever
Right.
it was kind of a shocker.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just, and I always hated it. I always sounded so nasally, and in my head, I don't sound that bad.
Yeah.
But
Well, you don't sound nasally. Of course, you're grown up now. You're not a little girl, but
Yes, I'm over the hill.
You're a young lady.
On the way down.
You're a young lady. Your glasses take you back 20 years.
There they go.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about a makeover, a change. What that can do to one room or the entire house or business.
Yeah.
We go into the doors to our home or our business every day.
Yep.
Pretty soon we
look at 'em
don't
every
notice
day.
what it looks like after 10 years or more or less.
Or longer.
Yeah, or longer.
Or longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it is things that you just get used to. It's your surroundings, and you nest in your home, and things are good, and then all of a sudden they're not so good. Or the cat has, taken, or the dog has taken to chewing on something that it shouldn't be chewing on.
Yes.
So, but I just it's fun.
Yeah.
I was out at Lake Home, south of Kearney yesterday, and going to be up in Lake Sherman next week taking a look. So it's exciting for me. I love getting out and seeing different places, and I'll go anywhere.
I would
I'm one
imagine
of those weirdos.
you like travel.
I do.
Well, you also get to see a lot of nice views because
Oh, my
people
goodness.
who live in those places or even in the country might have a beautiful view, and they want something that will allow them to enjoy it, but yet protect their furniture, their carpet, their pictures, and you can take care of that.
Yeah, privacy a lot of times isn't the issue. When you get in towns and cities and things like that, yes, it is an issue because you don't want, everybody driving by looking in a fishbowl. But that being said, when you're out and there might be a cow or a deer out there, it's not a big deal. But it does, a lot of products on the market, a lot of motorization. I'm getting a lot of requests for motorization now. So doing a lot of that, taking online courses for that to get, quote, certified. So I actually know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of options when it comes to motorization. But
Is that something that we've already seen, or is it coming to where it might be on your phone, or is it just a separate?
Oh, it is.
It is
no,
on your phone.
It is already on your phone. You can do it with the little thing over there or sitting on your desk. You can say, Alexa, raise my shades and lower my shades.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, so they can be, everything can be programmed into that. It's whole house motorization, basically. Lights and shades and heat. Everything can be done through it.
Crime prevention.
Yeah,
The list goes
all your
on and on.
security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you can incorporate that in with that technology.
All of that. All that technology is out there, and it's just getting more and more and more. It's it's not going to go away.
No.
So we either kind of embrace it to a point where it makes sense, especially when you have upper windows that you really can't get to. It's nice to be able to control the sun up there because you don't realize the heat that comes in that hangs up in the upper when you have a 2-story open area. It's that heat can collect, and this helps kind of break some of that. So
can you? I'm guessing you probably can, but we can verify this. You can actually program. Let's say that in the afternoons you have sun on one side of the house that you can use, or in the summer you don't want to have penetrate. You can set all that up so that it does it itself.
Yep. All through the apps. Everything is on there. You can set it. Even wood blinds, where years ago we couldn't do much with wood blinds. Now we can they can be tilted, motorized tilt, so you can have a wood blind up somewhere and, tilt it as the sun moves. And so it's interesting. It's a lot to learn and a lot to...
Yeah.
But... You always learn something new. It's like paying with your phone. You can do that too.
Yeah, do a lot of things with your phone, but that's pretty nice because if you're away for a week or two during the season, that it's still being
right.
Yeah,
and you can actually do it from wherever you are on your phone and
manually
just raise and lower the shades and nobody really knows that nobody's in there.
Well, that's important too.
So it is.
Yeah. All right. So that's something you're working on, getting trained on, and there'll be more and more of that. There's also just the simple replacements of, a bathroom window or bedroom windows, and I know you're up for that. You've been to our house several times. Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Any renovations or, something's just getting to the point of being non-usable anymore, or the cords break. And, there's a lot of them I can fix, even though I didn't sell them. And I try or, get pictures of them. But when a shade sometime gets that old, the plastics, especially if it's a plastic headrail and plastic mechanism, when I go to try to take it apart, it's all the polymers and the resins have leached out of them, and it's so brittle that I might be able to get it out, but it's just not salvageable. So but I do try for people if I can, but a lot of times the mechanisms have changed so much that there's just no way to get replacement parts on something that's 10 or 15 years old.
Sure. But most of us understand that, because if we have anything that's a few years old, most things get replaced. You're willing to look and see whether...
Right. Now, if it's something that I've sold, between the two companies I work mainly with, those I can send in and have them reworked. They'll remake them, and, they've got endless back supply on older stock. And if they can't, they, tell me and, either come up with an idea for a replacement, or we might have to look at other options. But for the most part, so far, I'm able to send them in and get them reworked. I've got one that I have to pick up and send out, that they had called before Christmas, and they're like, it's fine until after. So I just started getting boxes in. I've got a ton of shades to go up, so I'll be doing installs today and tomorrow, and hopefully get most of them put up.
You're pretty efficient at it, that's for sure. Yeah. Doesn't take as long as you might think. The beginning of the process is to give you a call.
Yes.
And say, would you come and take a look at what I would like to do here? Maybe take some measurements, and then you'll come up with a bid.
Yep.
Depending on what they decide from your samples, right?
Yep.
And I also will say that unless something unexpected comes up, you're always pretty close to the bid.
Oh, yeah.
No big surprises.
Yeah, I just had a shocker today, or when I got in some verticals. They changed the shipping prices on verticals.
Oh.
Verticals, as we all know, you can go 120 inches, if not bigger, and because the product for the headrail is so, they get it up to, I think it's 16-foot lengths that they work with.
Wow.
That's all well and fine. Try to ship that baby.
Oh, man, I bet.
Yeah. And that quote, I'll stick to it because that's the way I was. It's what it always was a flat $125. Well, then they add the second vertical in, and I think my shipping cost on that order was $240.
Wow.
But hey, my fault for not knowing or double checking the shipping cost, but
kind of. Trish,
and it was heavy as lead. The stuff, the veins themselves, being those vinyl verticals, they're just heavy. But it wasn't the weight. It was the length. It was the length that just took it over the top. And I'm like, oh well. Now I have that printed out in my book. Going, okay, if we order verticals.
Well, that's a good example of how you take care of your customers, and and again, they can fit it into their budget as far as how many windows they do. If maybe they want to do one side of the house or one room, or
Absolutely, it's just I'm going up to Brewster. I put a bunch of shades up there in a beautiful log cabin, and everything was good. She called me the other day and I had measured one of the windows that she thought she might want to do, and she said, I'm ready to do that, and then some bedrooms. So I'm just going to go up and remeasure, and I'm going to make 2 trips anyway. So instead of making more than that, I'll just go on up, get them all ordered and come back. So, but if there's a shot, I like to measure as many as I can and have them in the file. And just if we need to, it's a simple phone call. Otherwise, I just go up and I love driving up there. So
it is nice up there.
It is.
Well, and that kind of makes sense. You go ahead and measure the existing windows, and a lot of times, as time goes along, they go, man, I really wish we could do the whole whatever the project is,
and just
you're ready to go then.
As long as that material that they want is still available, we're good. And have all those new ones now to show people. So, yay.
Now, I hate to bring up something that I know upsets you or upset you. Well, first of all, we know that the phone is the best way to get in contact with you. What's that number?
That is 308-870-3677.
3677. And that way, even when you're on the road, they can get a hold of you. But I know you had a big Facebook thing, and I don't want to ruin your day, but is that up and going now?
It is. I really haven't put too much on the company page, but I just changed it. It's just Trish Spencer, one word, McCarran, for my email. Okay. I mean, for my Facebook page, but kind of makes you not want to be on there very often.
I'm with you.
I mean, I like to see the grandkids and the great-grandkids. That makes me smile, but so much of the rest of it is just copy and paste, and it's like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are kind of in that ballpark.
Waning.
Yeah. But it is a good tool. It is a good tool for if you use it for good things, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
It's always good to see you.
It's great to see you all, and come in and have coffee. Things are good.
All right. I think that's it for this half hour.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called programming from the seat of your pants.
There you go. I like it.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
It's time to spread the local love with the KCNI KBBN Love Local promotion. When you shop local, you're not just a customer. You're a champion of community support. Tune in every weekday morning to The Breakfast Show for your chance at a $25 gift card to a fantastic local business. Join us in embracing the spirit of local love. Keep it local. Keep it here. Listen to The Breakfast Show to win.
Now remember that whatever happens, I love you.
Make us part of your morning routine.
Just really great music, and you guys are fun and active and lively and just a good station.
Central Nebraska wakes up with Dave and Brent on The Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Special Report, the New Hampshire primary.
Donald Trump takes the Granite State.
When you win Iowa and you win New Hampshire, they've never had a loss. There's never been. So we're not going to be the first, I can tell you.
He got 54.6% of the vote to Nikki Haley's 43%, but she's not giving up.
With Donald Trump, Republicans have lost almost every competitive election.
American University political analyst Amy Dacey isn't discounting Haley's chances.
There are Republicans in these primaries and places where independents can vote looking for the alternative.
For now, Biden campaign officials say Donald Trump has all but locked up the GOP nomination. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
President Biden is going to be sending two of his top White House aides to join his campaign sooner than expected, to the relief of Biden allies who had been urging such a move.
New Hampshire Republicans say their top issues were the economy and immigration. CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, a large-scale arrest operation unfolded across Nebraska Monday night into Tuesday morning, leading to the arrest of nearly 30 people on various meth-related charges. Special Agent Eugene Knoll of the FBI Omaha office said their agency, in collaboration with state and local law enforcement throughout Nebraska, detained 19 people on federal charges and 10 on state charges. Among the charges filed, some are associated with the possession of meth, conspiracy to distribute meth, and even firearm-related charges. This significant operation stems from a 2-year investigation with additional arrests anticipated in the near future. In total, 55 arrests have been made across Nebraska during the course of this ongoing investigation. Noel mentioned that a majority of the arrests took place before sunrise in several cities, including Lincoln, Kearney, and Ogallala. Those arrested may have their initial court appearances as early as midweek. The FBI is expected to provide more details about the investigation, and they will keep updates available as they receive further information. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from Major League Baseball, where Adrian Beltre, Todd Helton, and Joe Mauer have been elected for enshrinement into the Baseball Hall of Fame as the class of 2024. NFL news, the Las Vegas Raiders are hiring former Chargers GM Tom Telesco to be their next general manager. And in NBA news, despite currently having the third best record in the league at 30-13, the Milwaukee Bucks fired their first-year head coach Adrian Griffin. Veteran coach Doc Rivers reportedly the front-runner to replace him. On the court, Nuggets knock off the Pacers 114-109. Nikola Jokic, a triple-double for Denver. 31 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists. Thunder atop the Trailblazers 111-109. Both Denver and Oklahoma City move into a virtual tie with Minnesota for the top record in the West. Clippers beat the Lakers 127-116. Kawhi Leonard a triple-double in the win, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Knicks knock off the Nets 108-103. Pelicans outscored the Jazz 153-124. College basketball, number 6 Kentucky, number 11 Oklahoma lose.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. A dense fog advisory continues until noon today. Cloudy skies expected with fog in spots early today, with daytime highs approaching 37. Southwesterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected with fog in spots tonight, lows dip down to about 22. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. For right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
8:07, and our temperature's holding at 28. We've been as high as 31 in the last couple of days and as low as like 26 and 27. It's been really steady. Right now, 28, cloudy skies, still some fog and freezing drizzle possibilities out there this morning. Winds are picking up out of the southwest 5 to 10. Barometric pressure leveling off now after falling 2 points to 30.01. Humidity at 95%. High yesterday, 31. Overnight lows, we mentioned, 27. Sunset today at 5:43. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:57. And a trace of precipitation from the, again, mist and fog, but nothing measurable again this morning. So we're at 3100ths for the month. Brent Apperson and Dave Burney with you today. We are diving into oldies on the countryside this morning, except for one exception. So I'll let you know that we are going to be having country oldies for you during the show today, but it's Neil Diamond's birthday.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, you got to play a little Neil Diamond today then.
So good, so good. Yes, we do. He is 83 today, Hall of Famer. One of the best-selling musicians of all times, and I think a lot of you probably know he's had many hits of his own, but he's written a huge amount of material for other artists that have done quite well with his work as well. Neil Diamond, 83 years old today, so let's get a little Neil on here this morning.
Apply for the Burning Bank credit card today so you can earn rewards on everyday purchases. Choose from our 4 credit card levels we offer and shop in-store or online, pay bills, travel locally or abroad, and earn rewards with every purchase. You can apply online at bruningbank.com or come in and see us at 803 South D Street in Broken Bow. Bruning Bank. Build, grow, thrive in the new year. Bruning Bank. Member FDIC.
Outdoor activities are a blast, but right now is definitely not the time for that. We need to entertain ourselves inside in the warmth. Puzzles are a great project idea. Varney Health Mart has jigsaw puzzles from animal and floral shapes to more traditional. If you're so proud of your work when you're done and don't want to destroy it, they even have a puzzle preserver. Of course, throughout the season, remember them for cold and flu products and vitamins. Varney Health Mart, Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
8:14. I was going to try this because I got one of those programs over here on this laptop that was kind of supposed to help soothe you, kind of mentally, kind of make you feel better.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't really hear anything. It's running.
Oh, you got it running now?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's just silence. Sometimes silence can soothe a person.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's running, but I don't hear anything special.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
I thought maybe we would get soothed out, but forget about that.
Okay, well.
Other birthdays. Oh, by the way, Kristen just doesn't like that song from Neil Diamond we just played.
She doesn't like Sweet Caroline?
No,
what is wrong with her?
She said they played it all the time when she was in school at sporting events, and they just got sick of it.
Oh.
I didn't know anybody got
Yeah, it can happen.
Yeah.
That's kind of like me and Achy Breaky Heart.
They didn't have to play that only twice for yours truly, but it's one of those that got, way too much airtime. You're right. Yeah. And in some ways, it kind of ruined his career. And he was always known for Achy Breaky Heart, and he did some other work that wasn't bad.
He did. He's got some other songs that are really good. I don't know if you remember the song Busy Man. That's always one of my favorite Billy Ray Cyrus songs. Kind of in the vein of Cats in the Cradle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. Mary Lou Retton is celebrating her birthday today.
Oh, yes. Boy, is she... well, that's kind of cool because this coming up this summer is the Summer Olympics, right?
Yep.
And, of course, Mary Lou Retton, a phenomenal gymnast, and I think all of America fell in love with her when she was a gymnast for the United States.
Some side effects from that fame were that she never finished high school because she was in such demand at that age. Maybe she has since then, but she competed while she was a sophomore and never actually graduated. And now she has some medical problems, and there's another article here about what do they do when they have a place where you can send money online for medical expenses, and they've received about $500,000 for her medical care.
Oh.
But they're not sure that's where it's going, so there's a little story there. But anyway, she's 56 today, 1984 Olympic gold medalist. And Aaron Neville is 86 today, R&B soul singer, had soul hits and top songs with his siblings, the Neville brothers. And in the late 80s, he teamed up with singer Linda Ronstadt for 4 duets, which were very outstanding. And Matthew Lillard probably doesn't ring a bell. This is one I would be surprised if even you got. He's 54 today, known for playing Shaggy in the 2002 movie Scooby-Doo.
Oh, okay.
And I know you'll know this guy. Most everybody does. Hard to believe that Ray Stevens is 85 today.
Wow.
Grammy-winning singer-songwriter with lots of things that were comic songs, lots of themes, squirrel running around in church and all sorts of things. But he probably got his first big break with Everything is Beautiful back in the 1970s. And then, of course, along came The Streak and Guitarzan and others. Spent a lot of time in Branson. I don't know if he still does or not.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure about that. Seen him a couple of times.
Have you?
Yeah, he's very entertaining.
Yeah.
You laugh when you go to Ray Stevens' show.
A belly laugh, right?
Yes, you do. Belly laugh indeed.
All right, one of our longtime listeners and good friends, Carla Williams, celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to Carla Williams up in Myrna. She is the luckiest woman we know. She has probably won more prizes on KCNI than any human being alive. She's a good listener. That's one of the reasons why. But she's also in drawings very lucky.
Yeah.
I remember one year she won some George Strait tickets, and she's won a lot of different prizes on our different promotions. But Carla Williams is a wonderful young lady, and we enjoy having her as a friend. So happy birthday, Carla. All right, we are diving into old country today. On this show, you get it all. Who knows what we might play jazz tomorrow. Don't even know. I'd have to do some research and pull some jazz up, but we could do that. But we got country classics, and we're going to start right now in the 1950s.
Oh, wow, going way back.
Yeah, 1950 to 1959 is when these were released anyway. They might have been popular into the 60s because popular songs back then, they lasted quite a bit longer in some cases on the countryside on the charts than they do today. Anyway, here we go.
Backing up the trailer, undoing the straps, unloading the trailer, parking the trailer. Then you get to start the project. We'll skip straight to getting to work with the help of Ansley Lumber and Supply with their offering of delivery. The only question is, what new hobby will you pick up with that spare time? From whole home packages to reliable brands of shingles, decking, windows, premium lumber, and more. Ansley Lumber, downtown Ansley.
Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency takes pride in offering the best rate and coverage, perfectly catered to your needs. They're excited to announce that their location in Broken Bow has moved. You can now find them on the east side of the square inside the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce building. We all have our busy seasons, and when we aren't busy, insurance is a great thing to review before you're busy yet again. Talk to Chip in Callaway or Allison in Broken Bow to review your farm and commercial plans. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency in Callaway and Broken Bow.
In the morning, you are awakened by the twitter of a little bird.
But now it's Dave and Brent.
I knew there was a reason I got out of bed this morning.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
8:22, almost 8:23. You actually did put onions in your socks. Now, you're not just saying that. That's not a radio skit. You actually did it.
I actually did it. Yeah.
Wow.
I was, like I said, man, I was trying anything and everything.
Well, maybe you should have tried crunching a beer can on your forehead.
Ouch.
Yeah. See how that might be. It took your mind off your other pain.
Yeah, well, yeah. Then I don't know. I already had a headache by that time, though.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I can't say that I've ever tried to crush a can against my forehead. I don't think I've ever tried to do that.
Well, it all started back in 1935 when beer was first sold in cans. That's when they first started putting it out in cans. Not only did it make transporting it easier and cheaper, it also gave us something to crush against our heads when we're done drinking it. But back at that period of time, the cans were of much heavier material than the aluminum cans of today. So I'm guessing back in 35, if you tried to smash a can on your forehead, then you would really do some damage. Plus, you needed a church key to open it.
Oh.
A can opener.
Oh, okay.
You didn't have the ring. You just pulled the ring.
Yep.
That was the thing, even with, with bottles that they didn't have the screw-off caps on bottles. Yeah,
right.
And the cans you had to punch a hole in, so that you could pour it, drink it.
Raise your hand if you think soda pop tasted 100 times better out of the old bottles than, say, the plastic bottles of today.
Oh, I'm with you, man.
There was just a taste. I don't know. There was just a taste, a fuller, richer taste of soda pop if you got them in the old glass bottles.
I agree.
Yeah.
And they were returnable.
Yep.
Which is amazing. We've talked about this before, but with all the recycling that we are asked to do, back then you recycled the glass bottles. They took them back into the point where they were delivered from, washed them, cleaned them, and put pop back in them again. And you got a little, like a penny or two refund for turning them back in. And now we have plastic bottles all over the darn place, and it don't taste as good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we made much progress there. I'm kind of with you on that.
Did you save the bottle caps?
No, I didn't, but a lot of people did.
I know they did. Yeah. I remember saving a few.
Did you ever put cashews, hold your...
No, I never. That was a thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Put your hand on the bottle.
I never did that.
Especially with RC Cola.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the RC Cola guys would put cashews in the top. The Village of Myrna is now accepting applications for a part-time maintenance operator. You must be 21 years of age and possess a current valid driver's license. Duties include operation of sewer and water systems, maintenance of streets, equipment maintenance, and general upkeep of village property. Experience a benefit, but they will train the right applicant. There we go. Questions and applications should be directed to the village clerk's office between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. The phone number is 308-643-2281 or 308-643-7022. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer. This is a Village of Myrna maintenance operator position, part-time. You must be 21 years of age and have a current valid driver's license. And all this information is on Sandhills Express jobs page.
Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow is a wonderful assisted living program that specializes in care for those battling through Alzheimer's and dementia. They believe that an active life is a nurturing experience, and at their facility, that's what you'll find. Residents can thrive and live an active lifestyle. Activities can bring about a feeling and sense of self-worth and well-being, and they concentrate on bringing those activities into the lives of their residents. If you'd like to find out more about their services and what the facility has to offer, please give them a call at 872-6387. Also, Quality Senior Villages is hiring. They are looking for caregivers, CNAs, and medication aides. Specialized training in the most advanced forms of memory care is provided at the time of employment and is ongoing. So if you're interested in joining the team at Quality Senior Villages, please contact them by email. You can email them at qsvbrokenbow@gmail.com, or just stop in person at their facility and visit with them. Their facility is located at 715 Arapahoe Lane in Broken Bow. You can also give them a call if you'd like more information, 872-6387, Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow.
The Nebraska Department of Transportation has an opportunity for you if you're interested in a highway maintenance position, either in Ansley or Broken Bow. And they provide training and career development if you're hired. They also have advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, a work-life balance, and comprehensive benefits package that includes a matching retirement contribution. You need to apply online for these positions, so go to statejobs.nebraska.gov and get your application in. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
More job opportunities. These are through Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership, looking for an individual to work as a WIC and immunization nurse in Loop City. This is a part-time position. It's flexible, 20 hours per week with a starting wage dependent on qualifications. Qualifications would include having an active RN, LPN, or RD license and previous nursing experience. You'd be traveling and providing assistance to clients at WIC clinics and administering vaccinations to participants in the immunization program. Also, CNCAP is still looking for a part-time or maybe full-time person to fill this position, looking for an early childhood program interpreter. You must have the ability to speak, read, and write fluently in both Spanish and English. You would be providing translation for families and children ages birth to age 5, traveling to the different locations as needed to provide translation services. For more information on these positions, you can contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780, extension 105, or you can apply online by going to centralnebraskacap.com.
The Custer County Foundation has an executive director position open. They're seeking applicants for this position. This is a full-time position located in Broken Bow, and the executive director acts as the CEO for the Custer County Foundation. And there'll be several duties required with this position, but it's a very rewarding one. You must have some skills in general administration, planning and leadership, overseeing of personnel, program development, financial management, overseeing grant-making programs, asset development, public awareness, and community involvement. And they ask that you make yourself available if you have a bachelor's degree and have 5 or more years' experience in at least one of the following: management, policy development, asset development, donor relations, or grant-making. And, of course, leadership skills are paramount. You must be self-motivated, have excellent written and oral communication skills, and be comfortable with technology, and, of course, organizational skills. Send your resume to the Custer County Foundation, Post Office Box 304, Broken Bow, Nebraska 68822, or email them at custerfoundation@msn.com.
More jobs. Custer Farm Service Agency, located in Broken Bow, is hiring a permanent program technician. Good benefits package included with this position. The successful candidate would be carrying out office activities pertaining to one or more of the USDA programs administered in the county. Applicants can apply online by going to usajobs.gov. Now, the closing date for this announcement is the end of the month, January 31st, so get your application in by then. Again, you can go to usajobs.gov to apply. If you have any questions, feel free to call Stevie at 872-6877. USDA is an equal opportunity provider, employer, and lender. Again, the Custer Farm Service Agency in Broken Bow, looking for someone to fill the role of permanent program technician. You would be carrying out office activities pertaining to one or more of the USDA programs administered in the county.
And more jobs available. Jeffrey's Sand and Gravel in Burwell is looking for the following positions to be filled: dredge operator, general laborer, diesel mechanic, concrete truck driver, full-time heavy equipment operator, and some of the equipment includes backhoe, scraper, excavator, dozer, wheel loader, motor grader, haul trucks, and skid loaders. You must be dependable and have safety in mind. You must be able to work 10 to 12 hours a day, including some weekends with possible travel during the week. They offer competitive wages, benefits including health insurance, accident, vision, and dental insurance, term life insurance, employer match, simple IRA. They are an equal opportunity employer. Applications are available at 82428 Jeffries Lane, Burwell, Nebraska. You can also reach out to them at www.jeffers.com. That's JEFFRES.com, or call Justina at 308-646-5123. And again, lots of jobs available in our area, and a lot of them, of course, are offering nice benefits. And if you have skills in any of those areas, please call and find out more about them. If you need this information, we pass it along to you in more specific detail. Of course, it's on sandhillsexpress.com's employment/job page. We are going to bring you the wrestling report today. We also have on our schedule a visit with the Custer County Ag Society about their winter ball coming up. And we also have some more oldies but goodies for you here this morning on The Breakfast Show. Speaking of that, here's one for you.
Mean Girls. It's a new twist on the Mean Girls from Tina Fey of Saturday Night Live fame. You still can't sit with them, though. Mean Girls, showing for a couple of more nights at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. Also, the movie produced and I want to say maybe even directed by George Clooney, The Boys in the Boat, based on the incredible true story. And that is still showing for a couple of more nights at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. And Jason Statham, it's become one of the biggest movies in the world. The Beekeeper. He's kicking butt and taking names. So you can watch it at the Fox Theater. And I believe this one's going to be a holdover. So The Beekeeper will show for the rest of this week and run into next week again as well. Also, a couple of new movies that are coming up. Dave was kind of picking on me about enjoying professional wrestling. Well, there's a new movie coming to the Fox Theater that's kind of about that. For those of you who do kind of follow professional wrestling, you might be familiar with the Von Erich family, a very classic professional wrestling family back in the 70s and 80s especially. They put out a documentary film about them. It's called The Iron Claw, and it is coming to the Fox Theater in Broken Bow and will be showing beginning Friday, running through the weekend into next week. And if you want to get scared out of your seat, you can go for a night swim, which is coming to the Fox Theater beginning Friday and running through the weekend into next week. So check everything out by going to their wonderful website, which is watchthefox.com. You can get tickets online, and you can see what's showing at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow.
Mildred says, Vicks was my mother's remedy. Whiskey and honey was my dad's.
Ah, there you go.
Steve Hornickel says, good morning. Terry Parsons, good morning. And Joyce says, good morning as well. And again, Jerry says, pineapple juice works better than cough syrup. So sip on that. That's some of the notes we have this morning on The Breakfast Show. We want to remind you that Universal Insurance is now a division of GTA Insurance Group, and that allows them to serve you with the same great service and smiles, but with expanded opportunities there and choices for you to fit your insurance needs with. And they also want to thank the community of Broken Bow and Custer County for supporting them over the years. They care deeply about their community as their roots and are planted strong. Universal is located on Southeast Street in Broken Bow. You can contact them at 308-872-6438 or www.gtagroup.com. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the wrestling report for you.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith, the Palmer Monument Company. There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, we are giving you one more reason, our annual winter sale. Come and see us today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off our already reduced prices. Our goal is to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs, and will save you money too, during the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow and Lexington.
Is pain keeping you from doing what you love? If your neck, shoulders, back, or knees are preventing you from feeling your best, it's time to take action. Whether you've had it for years or it's due to a recent injury, you don't have to live with the pain. Pearson Physical Therapy of Broken Bow offers personalized treatments and flexible appointments that work around your busy schedule. Call Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 or visit us on the web at pearsonpt.com. The treatment you need, the care you deserve.
This is John Farley with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers. And here we understand your land represents a lifetime of hard work and the decision to sell does not come lightly. I'd be happy to provide a free, no obligation opinion of value to assist in your estate planning. Inventory is very low at the moment, so now may be the best time to get the highest dollar for your lifetime of land stewardship and sweat equity. Whatever your goal is, I'm here to help. Call me, John Farley, or check us out at lashleyland.com.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
I love what you guys are doing in the morning. It makes my day so much better.
KCNI KBBN Radio.
Today's wrestling report is brought to you in part by Trotter Fertilizer and Broken Bow. Success is what you want from your fields, both now and in the future. To build towards both, utilize the help of Trotter Fertilizer. Using their expertise and leading technology, they can help you analyze your fields to move them forward to stronger yields. Give Trotter Fertilizer of Broken Bow a call. They are proud to be bringing you this wrestling report on KCNI KBBN.
Friendly service every time. Quality is what you'll find where your neighbors and your friends go see Trotter.
The Broken Bow Wrestling Report is brought to you in part by Duda Plumbing. Since 2002, it's been all about A-plus service. Scott and Colton are ready to help you with a septic installation project, new construction work, or that remodel project you have on your hands. Call Duda Plumbing at 872-3402. Duda Plumbing of Broken Bow is proud to bring you this wrestling report, all about student-athletes giving it their all on the mat and in the classroom. Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
And at this time, we bring you the Broken Bow High School Wrestling Report, brought to you by Duda Plumbing and your friends at Trotter Fertilizer. And we have the head coach with us. Great to have you back in the studio. My goodness, this weather and everything that we've been dealing with. It's been a while since we've seen you, and thanks for coming in.
Yeah, what's your name again?
Yeah, I'm Brent.
Hi, Brent. I'm Ed.
Nice to meet you, Ed.
It's been a while.
Yeah, boy, it has. It's been a while, man.
Yeah.
Man, tons of stuff to get to, but since we brought up the weather and the way it's just kind of messed up your schedule a little bit for the month of January. You had 1 week where it was going to be a huge week. You were going to wrestle Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then you didn't wrestle any of those days. How have you kind of navigated through that to keep the guys ready? And, I mean, we'll get into some of the things you accomplished this past week, but just talk a little bit about just trying to work through some of that stuff.
You know, it was kind of we wanted to wrestle, we wanted to do all this, but it was also, you know, in a way wasn't terrible because we had some skin stuff that popped up. We, you know, you just come off of wrestling at the Manstead that's super tough. To give the guys kind of a rest and let their bodies heal, it wasn't terrible. Obviously, we'd have liked to have wrestled, but it's not as bad. Plus, we're pretty fortunate that at any point you can have a, you know what, state-rated, top-rated kid to wrestle. And so we can have really good wrestling matches in our practice. So it's not like, you know, we haven't seen good competition because we just mix them up, and you're always going to find somebody that's going to really push you. And so there's been, while we haven't wrestled in competition, the competition in the room has really kind of helped us.
Yeah. Before we talk about the competition from this past week, I want to take a moment and just talk about something that really, I think, was very special for the program that happened on Friday. You had an individual, a former Broken Bow wrestler, and a team, a past team from your program, get inducted into the Broken Bow Athletic Hall of Fame on Friday. That had to be a tremendous evening for you, tremendous evening for the program. The individual that was inducted was Clayton Glendy, state champion in 2017 in Class C at 120. The 2018 team that won the state duels championship that year got inducted into the Hall of Fame as a team. Just talk a little bit about the night, Ed, and let's take Glendy first. He was a special wrestler for you. Talk about some of the things that made him special and certainly made him deserving of that honor.
His work ethic. I mean, he went to camps. He was always out trying to get better at wrestling. That night, I told a story about how he went up to this intensive camp up in Minnesota, and how, you know what, it was hard. I mean, they finished you finished the camp off with a half marathon. That's the last thing you do. If you want a t-shirt that says I survived J-Rob camp, you have to do a half marathon after a week long of training. And it was tough. I mean, he struggled with it just because he was up there by himself. But he came back so unreal tough. I mean, I had to tell him after the Holdridge invite that he needed to not be as mean to people, because he was just literally, I mean, everything was to that edge of just, I mean, they just instilled a toughness in him. He was huge for our program because it showed kids that, you know what, you can be a state champion, because there hadn't been one since I think Gary Allenston, and I think in 1970 maybe.
Yeah.
So it'd been a long time, and once he showed that what it takes to get there, kids just started to believe, well, Clayton can do that, I can do that too. And so it was monumental for us. He kind of got things rolling for us.
Yeah. The 2018 team broke through and won the state duels championship that season. It was the first team state championship in wrestling for your program. And I remember the year, and I remember the final duel. You got to wrestle Valentine in the final duel. Talk a little bit about that ride, because I know you've been reminiscing about it. How can you not when something like this takes place? But that was a huge day, an exciting day, and to be able to do it against Valentine in the championship, you talked about what Glendy did for your program from an individual standpoint. What that team did that day really vaulted you program-wise from a team standpoint, didn't it?
It did. And you know what, I will give props to Clayton, because it kind of started back in 17, because we had wrestled Valentine in the semifinals at the state duels and lost like 34-33, or it was a close duel.
Yeah, it was like 1 point.
Yes. And so then we come into that 17-18 season, and the guys knew that they could wrestle with them. We lost a close duel up in Valentine. Mm-hmm. There were some kind of questionable calls that we didn't necessarily agree with, but we got down there, and the first two duels we won pretty handily, and then it was Valentine. And I kind of, as I was preparing for that introduction, you kind of go back and you look at different things, and just like the state duels was after the state tournament. So Valentine had just come off winning their second state championship in a row. They'd won state duels the year before, so they were looking at going, back to back for both of them. They had like 5 state champions that weekend before, and I think another couple of state medalists on that. So they were absolutely loaded. And duels are one thing that from time to time, if you can get on a roll, good things just seem to happen. And on the inverse of it, if you get on a bad part of that roll, it just kind of can compound, and we got on a good side of it, and it was just it was neat. And duels are always fun, because there's a lot of trying to get bonus points, not giving up bonus points. There's a lot of shenanigans as far as jockeying people around, and that duel kind of had everything in it, and it was neat. Yeah. I think and I told him there, I think probably one of because like I am for the most part pretty laid back. I mean, inside I am like ready to go, but I try to give this demeanor of being laid back. That day I was not. That day I was right. I was wearing it on my sleeve, and I was just so into it on what you're doing. And after Colton Duda won his match, I look over, and Coach Sofel and Coach Reinierson are sitting there, and they're kind of laughing, and I look at him, and I'm like, what in the heck are you guys laughing about? Yeah. I am madder than a hornet at them, because I'm like, let's be focused on what we're doing. And they look at me, and they said, Coach, we just won. They can't beat us. And I looked back, and I said, I don't care. Let's win this next match. But it was so monumental for our program to get in there and to do that, to once again just show kids that, hey, this can happen.
Yeah. Well, let's now talk about what did happen this past week. You went to Kearney. Mm-hmm. I still call it the Midwest Duels. Yes. I don't know what Eunice Hospitality Duels now or something. I don't know. But anyway, a great duel event that you go every year to in Kearney, and a great event again this year. You dropped just one duel. You finished third in the competition. You came out of your pool undefeated. Maybe one of the biggest wins in the pool was getting a win over Minden. Mm-hmm. Southwest Conference school, just like you. Talk a little bit about that duel and being able to come through that.
Minden's tough. I think they're number 3 or number 4 as far as teams, both in the tournament and in state duels. They're just deep. They have a lot of good, tough kids, and they're coached well. They know how to wrestle, in those big matches. And you've seen at times where some of our guys were getting frustrated because Minden, we might have, I'm going to use example, 120 pounds. Chauncey Watson's pretty tough. And they have a pretty tough kid, but Chauncey was getting frustrated because the kid was doing nothing. Well, like I told him afterwards, I said, we will do the same thing. If we got a kid that maybe we're not as good against, you know what, we're going to try to stall it out and keep it to a decision. And they did. And they wrestle smart and they wrestle tough. They have some freshmen in the upper middle weights where we have some seniors. And so we were able to kind of get on a roll and get some pins there. And it was big. I mean, we just had some big pins and some big spots. And it was a big win for us. I'm not going to lie, going in there, I'm like, ooh, I don't know. This is one that could go either way. But it was a good win for us. And then we come out and they put us in, we were the number 3 seed in that tournament. And so you had to come out against the number 2 against Kearney High. And kind of sometimes you get on the bad side of matches. And we lost some matches that we were kind of in that we had to have to win. And we didn't. And next thing you know, it was just kind of our heads got down. And it's like we kind of, it just kind of started rolling for Kearney. And don't get me wrong, Kearney's like super, super good.
Yeah.
I think they're 3 or 4 in Class A as far as dual teams, as far as rated. But we just couldn't get it done.
Yeah. But after Kearney, you then got into the 3rd place match against another Class A school, Columbus.
Yes.
And I think that, we were talking off the air a little bit before we came on to record this. You went to Central Community College to that tournament.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about a little bit earlier in the report. So I know you went up against probably some of these kids that you saw again in the duel, but you were able to win that against Columbus. That you had to look at that as a big win.
Yes, it was a huge win for us. As far as a good win for us, because we had some big wins against some good kids. But as far as like power points for state duels, we end up getting 50 out of that with a win rather than if we'd have got, I think, 41 or something with a loss. So it was big for us on that. But and it was kind of funny that Columbus had beaten Kearney the night before in a duel. And but we got on a roll. I mean, we started out, and next thing you know, Talon Harold has a kid from Columbus that had beat him in the Manstead and hit probably one of the prettiest throws I've seen this year and threw the kid to his back and got pinned. And then, next thing, everybody was so excited because it was it was just awesome. And then Will Moniger wrestled a kid that he had went 1-1 with down in Columbus and ended up getting a pin. So right there, we're getting 12 points, and we just kind of started getting onto a roll. And then, we run into some places where maybe they were a little better, and we held them to decisions and didn't give up a big points. And and then they had some guys that were, I think when they had Kearney, I think they had 2 guys that were out, and I think that I don't know if it was a 215 or heavyweight, had gotten hurt that day of the tournament. So we got up to 215, and there was kind of some shenanigans there, and we ended up making the right call and put Eli Powers out there and got a forfeit, and then put Cal Wells up to go against their heavyweight, and they didn't want to wrestle Cal, and so we got 12 points right there.
Yeah.
And it just kind of how things went, and that's how those duels can kind of go, is that sometimes, things will work out in your favor, and you look pretty smart, and other times they don't, and maybe it not look as smart. But we got pretty fortunate in that we wrestled pretty well and got the win and brought home a plaque. There's a lot of good teams down there.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the success. Now here we are in another week. And, you start looking at how close we are to stuff coming up, man.
Oh, yeah.
Conference and state duels and districts. And, my goodness, man, we're really rolling through the season.
This is the push. This is when we got to get through it.
So what's ahead for you this week?
So we go to Valentine tomorrow.
Yeah, to make that up, right?
So we're going to have the duel the triangular starts at 5, but that'll be Valentine and Gothenburg first. And then we will duel Gothenburg, and then we will duel Valentine. And then we come home and we practice Wednesday, and then Thursday we got to Ogallala for our regular scheduled duel. And then we come back, and then we go over to Ord Invite, which is going to be tough. It's us and Battle Creek again. We beat Battle Creek at Logan View, and Battle Creek finished higher than us at the Manstead. So it's number 1 and number 2 in Class C battling it out. But then you throw in, there's a lot of maybe smaller schools that have like super, super good kids. Burwell's over there.
Yeah.
And they're coming up. They're a lot better than what they had been, and they've got some great kids. And it's just going to be a great tournament that starts at 10 o'clock. They changed the time on it.
Okay.
Everything's been listed at 11, but it's moved up to 10 because they have teams that go other places, and it's just going to be a great environment, great matches.
Yeah. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Appreciate you coming in to visit with us, and we'll talk to you next week.
I appreciate it.
All right, that's the Broken Bow Wrestling Report, brought to you by Trotter Fertilizer and Duda Plumbing.
The Broken Bow Wrestling Report is brought to you in part by Duda Plumbing. Since 2002, it's been all about A-plus service. Scott and Colton are ready to help you with a septic installation project, new construction work, or that remodel project you have on your hands. Call Duda Plumbing at 872-3402. Duda Plumbing of Broken Bow is proud to bring you this wrestling report, all about student-athletes giving it their all on the mat and in the classroom. Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
Today's wrestling report is brought to you in part by Trotter Fertilizer and Broken Bow. Success is what you want from your fields, both now and in the future. To build towards both, utilize the help of Trotter Fertilizer. Using their expertise and leading technology, they can help you analyze your fields to move them forward to stronger yields. Give Trotter Fertilizer of Broken Bow a call. They are proud to be bringing you this wrestling report on KCNI KBBN.
Friendly service every time. Quality is what you'll find where your neighbors and your friends go see Trotter.
9:02, and Brent has some more information on wrestling.
I just want to clarify a few things at the end of the report. We record this on Monday and then play it back today. Mention the triangular that Broken Bow made up with Gothenburg and Valentine. That was wrestled last night. Broken Bow defeated Gothenburg 78-6 and defeated Valentine 63-15. So 2 big dual wins for the Broken Bow wrestling team last night. Congratulations to them. And that now will wrap it up for the wrestling report here this week.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Special Report, the New Hampshire primary.
Thank you for the love, New Hampshire. We're going home to South Carolina.
Nikki Haley vowing to continue on in the race for the Republican presidential nomination despite the results of last night's contest. She got a little more than 43% of the vote to Donald Trump's 54+. CBS's Robert Costa.
Based on my conversations last night with top Haley allies, they're going to spend the coming days trying to figure out, is the money there? Is the momentum there? Meeting with donors, meeting with campaign officials in these further voting states, not only in South Carolina, but on Super Tuesday in early March.
Donald Trump's take?
I said, wow, she's doing like a speech like she won. She didn't win, she lost.
Biden campaign officials agree Mr. Trump's all but locked up the nomination. They're shifting gears in anticipation of a 2-man race. CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from Major League Baseball, where Adrian Beltre, Todd Helton, and Joe Mauer have been elected for enshrinement into the Baseball Hall of Fame as the class of 2024. NFL news, the Las Vegas Raiders are hiring former Chargers GM Tom Telesco to be their next general manager. And in NBA news, despite currently having the 3rd best record in the league at 30-13, the Milwaukee Bucks fired their first-year head coach Adrian Griffin. Veteran coach Doc Rivers reportedly the front-runner to replace him. On the court, Nuggets knock off the Pacers 114-109. Nikola Jokic, a triple-double for Denver. 31 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists. Thunder atop the Trailblazers 111-109. Both Denver and Oklahoma City move into a virtual tie with Minnesota for the top record in the West. Clippers beat the Lakers 127-116. Kawhi Leonard a triple-double in the win, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Knicks knock off the Nets 108-103. Pelicans outscored the Jazz 153-124. College basketball, number 6 Kentucky, number 11 Oklahoma lose.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. A dense fog advisory continues until noon today. Cloudy skies expected with fog and spots early today with daytime highs approaching 37. Southwesterly winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies expected with fog and spots tonight. Lows dip down to about 22. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
We all make resolutions this time of year, and let's face it, most of them won't stick. But here's one that's not only easy to keep, but will help you feel healthier all year long. Navage. Navage provides quick, drug-free nasal relief by washing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. This time of year, when everyone is sick, Navage helps by sucking out germs, bacteria, and viruses trapped in our noses that cause us to feel miserable. And come allergy season, it does the same with dust, pollen, and other allergens. And unlike medications that can take time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage helps treat congestion symptoms in seconds flat, without drugs. This New Year's, resolve to use drug-free Navage to help you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Currently 28 under a cloudy sky. Still some freezing moisture out there. And we're noticing when we take our readings on our towers this morning, we're still going backwards in power, which tells us there's still ice building on those towers out there. And sometimes that's a good indication as to what's going on, especially at the higher elevations. If you're up going across the west table and so forth, be careful on our roads. It's probably going to be a little bit slick for a while as we are still building ice here this morning according to our readings. 28 cloudy with a southwest wind of 10 to 12 miles per hour. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this is Wednesday. Yep. And tomorrow is a big day for return of basketball competition. You want to cover that real quick, Brent?
Tomorrow it's the MNAC basketball tournament semifinals. We're going to have all 4 games for you live on KBBN 95.3 FM, KBBN.com. And we're also going to do a live video stream of all of the semifinal games from Broken Bow High School for you tomorrow as well. Coverage will begin with the first boys semifinal at 3 o'clock. We'll have all 4 games for you live on the radio and through our live video stream, which you can access through sandhillsexpress.com. So join us for that. It'll be MNAC basketball semifinals tomorrow right here on Central Nebraska's Sports Source.
Thanks, Brent. Before we close the show today, we're going to give you a chance to win a $25 gift card to Forget Me Not Shop in Sargent. And Valentine's Day is quickly approaching, so listen carefully. You could be a winner.
Now that's a boss move. When it comes to weeds, we mean business, just like you. But you already knew that. In choosing to use XtendFlex soybeans, you've ensured that your fields can reach their full potential because our XtendFlex technology enables you to control more weeds than any other soybean weed management program. Learn more about the difference XtendFlex soybeans can make at RoundupReadyXtend.com. Read and follow pesticide label directions.
11 past the hour of 9 o'clock, and we do, as promised, have a guest in the studio to talk about Custer County Ag Society and their upcoming activities that they have a fundraiser for. And we have Hannah Pearson with us, and I have to apologize, and I'm embarrassed to say that I did not recognize Hannah. We've known each other for a long time. Probably talked to you mostly at the Custer County Fair over the years when you were going through the 4-H and showing all those cattle and winning all those plaques and awards, right?
Yep. A little different without a Hereford calf with me.
I guess, well, your white shirt and all of that. So catch us up personally. You've been educating yourself very well in the area of ag, and I guess you're done for right now, maybe for a while, and tell us what you're up to.
So I'm currently working part-time out at the fairgrounds as the administrator. So, and then just kind of helping my parents at home and just easing back into being an adult.
Well, that's a good plan. Being an adult can be fun, but it's not what they tell you it is. I'm going to tell you, you've had an exciting career through 4-H and through your education in the ag area, and you've done quite well. So congrats.
Thank you.
All right. So now you're helping the Ag Society, and you're here today to talk about, I assume, the banquet coming up.
Yes. So we are very excited to have our winter ball this Saturday. The doors will open at 5:30, and that's when we'll start our social hour, and you can come bid on some silent auction items. And then at 6:30 is when we'll serve supper. And for supper, we got a great meal that's prime rib and chicken and some mashed potatoes and other really good goodies. So you're not going to leave hungry. And we'll have our raffle tickets for the guns and a live auction. And we have been posting all of our live auction items on Facebook. So if you're curious what we have for auction, head over to our Facebook.
All right. Now, in years past, they've had a dance at the end of the night. Is that still the case?
Yes. We have Tim Zach coming as our band and entertainment. So after we get done with dinner and all the auction items and silent raffle and everything, we will get to party away with Tim Zach and listen to some good live music and enjoy the evening.
Yeah. Get up and dance if you like and enjoy the music and just sit there, whichever. And maybe kind of, I guess, let's go back and talk about what the money is used for, what it's raised for. I don't know. Some of the things that they've used this money for has been really beneficial to the fairgrounds. What are they shooting for a target this year as far as what they're going to use it for?
So one of our big goals right now for the fairgrounds and improvements is hopefully we'll get to build another open air barn. As I've said, I've spent a lot of years showing cattle at the fairgrounds, and so that's kind of an exciting project to me. So hopefully we can get a better facility for those kids and wanting to come show and get more room.
I know it's been an ongoing plan to remove some of the older barns and go with the little bit open air ones, which is, you could tell us how much beneficial, how many benefits there are to that with the air coming through and so forth.
Yeah, it's a huge benefit. I remember in 4-H, your goal was always to get stuck in or put in the open air barn, just because those steers are big and it gets hot in August, as we all know, in Nebraska. And so just having some extra airflow through there helps you keep your calves cooled down and helps them with the stress factor of coming to fair in a new environment and just their health.
Yeah, and those old barns have served us well for many, many years, but they're structurally being tested here with the weather and so forth. I know we had some damage a few years ago. I think it was the year that we had the eclipse. They got hailed on really heavy and tore up pretty good. So I'm sure that you start weighing how much it costs to keep them up, and maybe an open air facility long term is probably a better way to go. So that's what this is going to be used for, and that's great. Plus, you have a really great time at the party, as you mentioned. Yeah. You have any questions, Brent? Because I know you talked with the folks, I think, about this last time.
Yeah, may have. I something Dave and I always talk about is I think it's easy to just overlook improvements that have been done during the course of the past at the fairgrounds, and having participated in 4-H and now working at the fairgrounds a little bit, I'm sure you've seen those improvements. It really is amazing at some of the things that have been done in the past 5-10 years. And we also forget fairgrounds hosts a lot more things than just the Custer County Fair. It's amazing how many events that the fairgrounds host now. And I'm sure you're and the Ag Society very proud of what the fairgrounds continues to host and the improvements that continue to be made.
Yep. So, yes, like you said, this money that will be raised on Saturday, it does go past more than just the new open air barn. We have a membership for people that come and ride in the indoor arena, and making improvements for that indoor arena to help give our membership the best facilities possible, and allowing people to keep coming for events, because I know it's always nice to have events at home that I can go sleep in my own bed and just drive 20 minutes into town. So, and it's a great central location, and all these improvements help us bring more events here and help boost Broken Bow.
Yeah. And there's probably more. We know there's a lot of horse activities that take place out there all the time, but I think there's a few more things centered around the cattle industry that take place out there that we don't know about too. Different activities throughout the year that take place, and under the covered arena next to the main barn there, and so there's a lot goes on in all different aspects of it too. Yeah. So are you looking to buy something at the auction? What do you think?
I would say Broken Bow Animal Hospital had a $200 embryo work certificate on there, and so as I said, I've always had a passion for Hereford heifers, and so hopefully I could buy that and work towards improving my herd.
Yeah. I think Adam Smith for a number of years has been the MC. Is he going to be doing that again this year?
I don't believe so. I think we have helping with the auction will be Jim Eberly, Corey Palmer, and Dustin Eberly, and then I think we're gonna have our president Casey Cooksley be the MC.
Okay.
I could
be
incorrect about that.
That's all right. That's all right. How do you control Mr. Palmer? He's a little bit wild as an auctioneer. Do you have any thoughts about maybe reeling him in just a little bit?
I would say as long as he brings in the most amount of money, he can be as wild as he wants to.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't have an itch on your nose or anything like that when Mr. Palmer's conducting, and Mr. Eberly too, when they're doing the auction, because if they see any kind of movement, guess what? You've made a bid.
Yeah. Don't wave hi to another table at the wrong time, right?
Yeah.
Or go ahead and do it, because it's all going to go to a good cause. Are there any table? I know I was listening last time when I think Tracy Pop was on. And there was a few tables left. Are you sold out now, or do you know?
So actually, I just heard from Charmaine this morning, and she said we have 10 individual tickets left, which are $45, or we can do some rearranging, and we'll have one table left.
One table, basically.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I've just a lot of times dropped by and didn't spend the whole night there and just popped in during the auction and bought something. Or also, I think last year we just dropped off a donation. So if you have a conflict with something else, which is not unusual these days, just drop by and make a donation. Or if you have a half hour, 45 minutes, jump in and buy something. That works too, right?
Yes, yeah. Just feel free to come by and support any way possible. We definitely won't turn you away at the door. We'll figure it out. And if you have a donation, you can also always bring it by the office at the fairgrounds too, if you can't make it Saturday.
All right, very good. Anything we didn't ask you about that you wanted to highlight today? Did we cover everything?
I think we covered anything. Just, again, this Saturday, doors open 5:30. The weather should be good, so it might be nice to get out.
Indeed.
Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty nice. And, of course, the One Box Convention Center holds a lot of people, but you got one table left or 10 tickets, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
I'll recognize you next time. Maybe.
Perfect. It'll probably be at the fairgrounds again.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. We're celebrating old country from the 1950s and 60s. This particular duo was doing well on both the country charts and the top 40 at the time. The Everly Brothers, Bye Bye Love. It is 9:25. A few things left to do here. We're going to give away that gift card, $25 gift card to the Forget-Me-Not shop here in just a moment or two, and tell you a little bit about what's happening at the store. So stick around for that. Got a couple of things here we want to tell you about. Circle V Stitch and Post invite you to drop by. This is January, the tail end of January, and we're probably starting to think about springtime, March, April, May, and there's bull sales and all sorts of things coming up that you might want to get your crew some attire for, some garments for, that will complement your business, your livelihood. And they'll take care of all that for you at Circle V Stitch and Post, located north of Broken Bow on 43920 Paulson Road. Call Velma at 308-872-6173. And also coming up will be wedding season this spring, and Velma can help you with all of the beautiful things that she can make personal for weddings and so forth, and she has some good wedding gift ideas, of course. And they also can help you with jackets, light and heavy vests in different colors, kids' sweaters and hoodies, scarves, beanies, gloves, some matching sets, various flannel shirts to put your logo or your favorite team mascot on, and blanket throws that you can personalize. So those are just some of the things that Velma can do for you at 43920 Paulson Road. Her number again, 872-6173. Why shop online for personalized items when Circle V Stitch and Post has great prices and advice right here in Custer County?
Well, when we get to Wednesday, there's a question now that immediately pops to everybody's mind around the area. And that question is, what's for Wednesday at Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the breakfast show has the answer. Lola is doing another day, another day of 50% off all winter fashions. There's still plenty of styles and sizes, so don't miss out. Unfortunately, they know, and we all know, that there's a few days of winter left, so take advantage of some great savings and look great the rest of these cold days. It's What's for Wednesday, 50% off all winter fashions. That's the answer to the question, what's for Wednesday? At Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique, south side of the square in Broken Bow. Take advantage of the sale today only.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that. We are going to give you a chance now to win a $25 gift card in honor of the Love Local promotion. Today's gift card giveaway is the Forget-Me-Not shop in Sargent. We mentioned it earlier, Valentine's Day is approaching quickly, and they can help at Sargent, Nebraska at the Forget-Me-Not shop. Give your special someone a delicious baker's chocolate, including Melt My Heart boxes in 2 different sizes, or go with a candy bouquet. Flowers have been a tradition for decades for a reason, and Jackie has them. Put flowers and a vase together, and you will always forever be that special friend. And I know you need a special friend. Everybody needs a special friend. Plenty of cash and carry specials, too. For delivery to select towns, call for information. And remember, school orders need called in by closing on February 13th. Show your love with the help of the Forget-Me-Not shop in Sargent, Nebraska. And Jackie is ready to go for you. She's been on the main street of Sargent for many years, a vital part of the community and a appreciated business here in Custer County. So, if you would like to have a $25 gift card from the Forget-Me-Not shop in Sargent, we will take the second caller at 872-2801. Hank Snow, and I'm moving on. Congratulations to Vicky. She has won a $25 gift card to the Forget-Me-Not shop in Sargent, just in time for Valentine's Day season.
Yeah.
You're going to get me something for Valentine's Day, since we're kind of close friends?
Get you something?
Yeah, don't you get close friends something for Valentine's Day? I mean, I know we're both guys, but you can get a guy friend a Valentine's Day present. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Would you like some flowers?
No, I think I'd rather have them maybe some of those chocolates.
I'm sure you would.
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Just think about it.
I would think that I don't know. I think you should be getting me something, because it's not. I mean, yes, Valentine's Day is very important, but really on that, it's kind of the second biggest thing of the day on Valentine's Day.
What do you mean, second biggest?
Well, it's my birthday, so.
Oh, it's on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, you knew that. I'm a sweetheart. What can I say?
A sweetheart who goes to bed with onions in his socks.
Hey, man, that was just a weak moment. I wasn't feeling well, and they said that would make me feel better. Put onions in your socks.
So you did it.
I did it.
Now, see, I'm
from the sound of me, I might have to do it again. I don't know.
I'm having a vitamin C boost right now.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, drink plenty of liquids.
That would make a good mixed drink, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, speaking of drinks,
yeah.
Prairie Grounds Cafe and Gifts in Broken Bow reminds you of their featured drinks for the rest of January. They're featuring the Cinnamon Roll, the Creme Brulee, the Dirty Tornado, Can't Wait for Spring Bumblebee, and the Toasted White Mocha. Those are your featured drinks for the rest of January at Prairie Grounds in Broken Bow, where they're closed on Monday but open Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. They have delicious sweets and treats to enjoy as well. I think they do some dinner specials. So check them out. Prairie Grounds in Broken Bow, featured drinks for January, the Cinnamon Roll, Creme Brulee, the Dirty Tornado, Can't Wait for Spring Bumblebee, and Toasted White Mocha.
All sounds delicious. So we'll conclude the show. Invite you, if you're a country music lover, KCNI is the right place to be for pure country. And if you like rock of all types, KBBN is the place you want to be. And if you like basketball, tomorrow, KBBN is the place you want to be.
Yeah, the rest of the week is where you want to be. For basketball, we'll have the MNAC semifinals tomorrow on KBBN Radio and on our live video stream. Friday night, we're going to be in North Platte. Congratulations to the Broken Bow girls basketball team, qualified for the Southwest Conference Tournament semifinals for the 7th consecutive season.
Wow.
And we will be there to cover their big matchup with Gothenburg in the semifinals on Friday at North Platte Community College. It'll be the final game of 4 on the day. It's scheduled for an 8 o'clock tip, but we'll see if it gets started by then. We hope it does. But we will be there to cover it for you. Broken Bow and Gothenburg in the girls' semifinals. Now, all of the Broken Bow basketball will be on KCNI 96.3 FM and KCNI1280.com. So we want to stress that. We'll have their semifinal on Friday. And then on Saturday, it'll be a big day. We'll go back and cover Broken Bow at the Southwest Conference Tournament in North Platte. And then we'll have Championship Saturday for you, third place consolation and championship games from the MNAC tournament on Saturday in Broken Bow. Those will be on KBBN 95.3 FM. And we'll also do the live video stream of all 4 games Saturday as well.
Fantastic. Thanks, Brent. Appreciate it. Folks, join us again tomorrow at 7:30 for the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.